Do, 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 do. Okay, well, it's somewhat unfortunate, but unfortunately, I'm trying to regain my thought. I'm gonna be chilling solo tonight. No Jacko. Not what you want to hear, I understand that. He is dealing with power outages. So he won't be here to hopefully celebrate our 175th follower. Hopefully we can get that tonight. Cross your fingers. We are so bloody close from hitting our goal once again. 175. Just one more away. We're right there. Try and help us out if you can. But let's start off the stream with a little bit of... Actually, I just started off the stream with a little bit of bad news. Unfortunately, like I said, no Jacko. My Australian counterpart will be away with power outages. Is what it is, but it's something that I'm going to deal with, so I'm going solo tonight like I do on Wednesday nights. But rarely have to do it Thursday by myself, but I should be able to get it done. There's a little bit more that goes on in the Thursday stream, but I'll try and keep it all up to speed and give you guys the best show as possible. But I mean, you know, the racing is going to give a brilliant show, but it's all about how well I can complement that, and I will hopefully try to do it as well as possible. But enough of that. Actually, sorry, I'm Crash Queen. We're in the Midwest F1 League. We are tonight racing in Baku. You can see on the screen there we have a 18-minute short qualifying followed by a 50% race. Baku by many of the drivers in this league know that Baku is my most favorite track. I love this track so much. It's just got such... It looks... I was just thinking right before I went live here, it kind of looks fake, to be honest. Now, obviously in the game it doesn't look... It looks real, but you know it doesn't look real. But it's got this like... They put this racetrack through just some historic areas of Azerbaijan, or you know, some old areas of Azerbaijan, and it looks like it's something that could be taken out of a video game. We're being told that the session might be getting shut down right now. Not sure what's to happen here. How many guys we have got to do? I'll have to see. Yeah, my race photos show my love from the castle section. Yeah, you know what I mean though. It kind of looks like it could be fake, like, but it's not. It's real. There's a bloody racetrack that just goes right through downtown Baku, and it goes through all these really cool historic areas, and on top of that, it's a fun track. Like, it's just a fun track. I mean, if you could just take this track and put it right into an absolutely empty landscape, and I would just have this track, I would still enjoy it just as much. Can't say if not more, because you know how aesthetically pleasing and how beautiful it looks is a big part of it, but just the racing quality of the track is really enjoyable. But enough with that. Tough but fun to drive. I feel the same with Singapore. Yes, I feel like Baku's got the edge on Singapore, but Singapore is still a very fun track. Now, what's just going on with the session here? Now, we were saying that there might be a new session being reloaded here. I'm not sure what's to happen. Let's see if I can get word. But I'll continue my thought. Yes, good news. Great news, awesome news. So last week, if you're new to the stream, we had a charity fundraiser through the Midwest F1 League to the Jed Foundation, which helps combat mental illness. Now, I think we are backing out. apologies as I stop right in the middle of my thought. But yes, the Jed Foundation is a great foundation. We did a little bit of just re-upped my sub. Awesome stuff, Pork Chops. Thank you very much for re-supporting your own enterprise here. But yes, Jed Foundation, awesome foundation. We're trying to do what we can to try and support, or try not support, but help along with mental illness. And I mean, everyone fights it from time to time, so it's something that a couple of the guys actually are really close to, and it hits right to home. So we're doing what we can in any way that we can to try and help out with whatever we can. And with that, we're doing a fundraiser, and as it stands right now, we've already raised over $500, and we still have one more week. So if we can get to $1,000, that would just blow my expectations away. And I'm Canadian, okay, so this is $1,000 American, which is like, not that much more, but it is more. Once you get the lobby set back up, go into host settings all the way onto the right. Save it just to make it easier to load and go. Okay. So we are backing out of the settings then. Okay, yes, we are getting in a new lobby here. Sorry. My apologies. Yeah, over $500 has been donated. It's really looking good. And like I said, still have a week left as we are live, or we're picking the winners next week today. So in 1 week today, in our race in Australia, we'll be doing a live reveal of who will be the winners. So we got 2 prizes up for grabs for those that donated. We did $5 a ticket, and we took all the money that we made through Twitch and we just put that into a prize money and allowed the rest of the league to try and increase the pool as much as possible, and as well as having a chance to win a little bit of merch, as well as the newest game on the way, which is what we'll be giving away. We'll be giving away a merch pack from the league store, as well as the brand new F1 2021 game. So really look, did I say 21? No, I said 2021. Yeah, the brand new F1 2021 game. So something to really look forward to. Hopefully, someone who needs it can win, as there has been a lot of orders throughout the league, but some have made it apparent that they can't order anything because unfortunately they can't really afford it right now. So hopefully with them buying a ticket, they can have a chance to win, and hopefully it goes to someone that really needs it. So we are well on our way to doing our part and taking this community that we've built and making it into more than just a racing community, and a community that actually gets something accomplished. We've got over 150 people in this community now. 41 plus 1, 14. So yeah, 155 people are in this crazy Discord, and I've been in this thing since it was at around 22. So it's grown and then some. We are 4 divisions deep now. We have Wednesday night series, as well as the odd Friday night thing going on. Season 2 was a lot more hectic, but still we are doing a lot and trying to entertain as much as we can, and this is something that we're doing to try not to just entertain but to give, and so far so good, as we are very much succeeding. We are getting there, and we are working towards a solid goal and to help out with whatever we can. So good news there. But we're waiting for 3 more people to get back into this lobby, then we can fire this baby back up and we can get into some qualifying here in Baku. Man, I'm pumped to get to Baku. Like, come on, boys. Like, and yeah, only boys tonight. K-Dog, she's down in Division 3, I believe. Where's K-Dog? We do have a couple of... Yeah, she's in Renault Division 3. We do have a couple of female drivers in our league. Love to support them. You know, honestly, we support them even more than anyone else here. All the ladies get a lot of love, and they get a lot of support on as much as well as they can do. So hopefully K-Dog can have a good race down in Division 3 tonight and in her Renault seat. We're getting ever so close, just waiting on one more guy to get back in here. An Alfa Romeo, teammate to JC Blackley, that being Hash. So just waiting on Hash to get back in here. We can get this lobby back going. Hopefully it won't take too long. But I guess, you know, usually I save it for a little bit later into the stream, but we got a little bit of time, so let's check out on some sporting scores around the league. Right now, Vegas is leading the series as well as the game. 3-2 Vegas leads in the series, and 2-1 they lead in the game. Looking to rally off 4 straight wins to knock out Stanley Cup, one of the Stanley Cup favorites in Colorado Avalanche. So that game is well underway and should have a very exciting finish. We'll check out Major League Baseball today. If you know me, you know that I'm a Cubbies fan, and they did not play today, so unfortunate there. Did get a big win over the San Diego Padres yesterday, so looking to keep that momentum going. Houston is up on Boston 8-7 right now in the top of the 6th. Miami is absolutely torching Colorado 11-2 in the top of the 8th. Chicago White Sox taking it to the Blue Jays 3-1 in the top of the 6th. Yankees up 4-2 over the Twins in the bottom of the 4th, and 0-0 in the Oakland-Kansas City game. I'd like to get into the finished results, but I don't think there's a need there. What else is on? I guess the NBA is on. I can do the NBA scores. I have no idea what is going on in the NBA, but there we go. So it's looking like Brooklyn and Milwaukee are duking it out. Currently, Brooklyn leads the series 2-Buzz. And Milwaukee's leading the game 74-70, so still time for Brooklyn to come back. Not too big of a difference there. And that's about it for what's being played right now in the NBA. Yeah, nothing quite else. There's a game later on tonight, 7 Pacific, with the Clippers and the Jazz, but yeah, I mean, what is going on with the sporting world right now? Is there just nothing happening? Are we one of the few, I'd like to say professional, but semi-professional sports taking place right now? If so, hopefully that can give us a little bit of influx of viewership for the night. We'd love to see it here, but anywho, we are going to get right underway. It looks like a lot of impatient drivers are working their way out of the pit right now. JC Blackley seems to be the first one coming out. We'll get right on board with him. There we are. There's the young lad. Sporting the Alfa Romeo, as I said, leading the conga line out of the pack. Seems to be followed by who is that? Looks like a Ferrari behind him. That'd be Scavney. And then possible Bacon to follow him. I think that's Tiach in behind him as well. And the random series is usually fairly quick out. Cake Thomas, I believe, so is Steve Barry in behind, and then virtually everyone is out of the garage. Someone's already off into turn 1 or turn 2. That's Kenny. Goes a little bit deep. Maybe just wasn't paying attention. But we continue on. We'll stay on board as we kind of learn the track of Baku. We come through turn 3. Lots of walls are everywhere. You want to get as close as you can to the left side here and not get too much of the curb, as that will punt you into the wall right there. You want to get a good solid exit, good grip out of turn 4, and take a nice entry into turn 5, going into the chicane of turn 6. We're going to get nice and close to the wall once again, maximizing as much room on track as possible. Lay on the brakes into turn 7. Try and extend that turn near the wall once again. You want to get as wide as you can, get a good line coming up into what is a really ruthless part of the track, the castle section here. You finish off turn 12. This is where you can start putting your foot down to the floor and kind of start going through those gears. We'll get up the telemetry here and see how fast Kenny can go. Right now we're sitting at 183, and then a hard break into turn 15. Got to be careful getting over that curb in turn 15, as it can punt you into the wall. We do have hot laps going here, and Kenny's going to try and warm up his tires. Come around turn 16, you can take that in around 4th gear. Try and get a good exit, and this is where you really start trying to pick up speed through 18 and 19, and Kenny nearly gets up into the wall. He can put in some really blistering paces of times, but as well can find himself in a little bit of danger here. He will start his hot lap. We'll get to him a little bit later. We'll get on board with JC Blackley and see how he finds himself. Currently on the mediums. We'll bring up the fitted tires and see that he, as well as Enrique and Possible Bacon, have chose the mediums to start. Mediums are significantly slower than the softs, but they do last longer. We go up on the curb a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Gets enough downforce coming out of the turn as he comes down into the run of turn 16, drops into 3rd gear, a little bit of oversteer, drifts it around the corner, comes around tight on turn 17. And want to try and get speed and take clean racing lines. JC Black, we could have extended that line a little bit more, maybe lost a little pace that was there. Taking a sharper turn around turn 20, and with the DRS wing open, he comes down over the line and will take fastest lap. This is the only one right now. Scavney will follow him and will overtake, and I believe T-Ash, yes, will take the fastest lap there. Try and get down to Apostle Bacon quick. So he finds himself in 4th. Random Series just over the line. Yolmir, I believe it's Cake, and Mystic Joker goes fastest. Sui is next over. His team, Matt Rosie, actually takes fastest lap away from Mystic Joker, so that's something to keep our eye on. Yellow flags in sector 1, but should be cleared up. Helg on an out lap, or what am I looking for here? Jinnit to win it next over the line. Actually, sorry, no, he's starting a lap because he must have invalidated somewhere. Is that Smith Pell? No, Smith is into the pit. Enrique setting a 13th place time. Fuzail. Oh man, these names don't get any easier. Let's call him Fuz, goes over 4th. Very respectable right out of the gate. Kenny actually sneakily went 3rd. I wasn't able to catch him, just in behind his teammate. Looking to try and put his best foot forward here and get a good qualifying. We know that how good he can be. Of course, Season 1 champion is Kenny, so he did not have the Season 2 that he was hoping for, and as well not having the Season 3 that he was hoping for. Is doing a better job this season, but still some consistency is the real Achilles heel of Kenny. I mean, not Achilles. Can it be Achilles heel? It's the downfall. Downfall is probably better. Oh. Impossible's actually setting Jinnit to win it up with the toe here. So Jinnit's got the slipstream of Impossible Bacon. He's going to run this down. Achilles heel does work, I agree, but, you know. And he goes into 4th. You know, that's some pretty good teamwork right there. I think Jinnit's got a little bit more to offer. Those tires are 1 lap older than everyone else, and Baku can wear down some tires. But some solid teamwork there from the drivers. from the Mercedes team. That was very well done. Impossible just kind of has a get me over lap with medium tires, so will surely put on some softs, but I just gotta applaud that. I love to see that. That's good to see. Matt Rossi still holding on to fastest lap. Detail in the pink Mercedes, that being the BWT Racing Point, currently stepping in for Mailmere. So not what you want to see, missing one of our real consistently quick drivers this past little while. But the only other missing person is Foos stepping in for Super Nunez in the Haas. Yeah, that was amazing teamwork if you saw that Spaceman, honestly. We're on with Detail here, stepping into the Division 1 seat in reserve this evening. We'll see how... Oh, you're Merc too, good to see, yeah. Says that he gave us a purple Sector 1. We'll see if that is true. Sometimes the game can be a little misleading. Cuts a little bit of turn 7, but not enough for the game to invalidate his lap. Takes it clean through the castle section. That point of the track can really catch out some racers, but everyone seems to be hitting it fairly clean so far, and I'm going to knock on wood to confirm that for the rest of the Grand Prix. Now, there was 4 safety cars in this past Saturday, or 4 red flags in this past Saturday's qualifying in Formula One's race here at Baku. Now, we're not looking to be able to match that. Plus, we can't match that as we do a different qualifying setup here. But Detail coming around turn 20, looking fairly good. We'll have to see how he lines up. He's looking to get into the 138s, and he's actually not going to be able to enter the 140s, so not what he was hoping for. Puts him in 13th right now, the slowest of the soft. Hash is just starting his hot lap. We'll take a peek where Smith Pell is. Smith Pell is a little bit farther on, as you can see him coming through the castle section in Sector 2. Lots of turns in Sector 2. A total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 in comparison to the Sector 1 and Sector 2 only have. Whoa, what's going on there? I think we lost Cake Thomas. Yeah, he put it into the wall. No, we're not gonna. We'll have to get back onto Smith Pell. Cake Thomas currently sitting 10th right now. Puts it into the wall on the, I think it was the outside right here of turn 19. Whoa, what are you doing there, Smith? So Cake is out of the rest of this qualifying. We were on board with Smith Pell earlier. He's going to come over the line here with his first time set in 14th place. He's surely going to need to improve. Oh, Hash gets a little bit wide coming out of turn 16 and finds himself into a wall. Now, that's actually a wall that I didn't even think that was really in danger to be hit, but I guess Hash proved me a little bit wrong there. Helg just starts his hot lap, so we'll get on with him and see where he can come over. Hash is coming down the line. Comes over the line in 14th. He definitely feels like he can improve onto that. On to the board of Helg we go as he works his way through Sector 2 here, finishing up the castle section, ripping around turn 12 and into turn 13, trying to gain as much speed as he possibly can, opening up the track as far as he can. I believe Scavney improved up to 7th there, so that pushes Cake down one more as he can't improve. I think Random Serious is about to come over the line. And he does, and he improves up into 4th. Is that Tiash? It is. Tiash, oh, launches up into 2nd, so really improves on his time there. Helg now, next over, and goes 10th. So Jinnit starts his hot lap. Kenny is invalidated. Oh! Smokes the wall coming into the pit. Damn. That was a good hit. I believe that's Fuse. He's actually 8/10ths down, so he has a little bit of a challenge for the lead here, and actually goes right behind his teammate in 3rd. Is that Matt Rosie? Matt Rosie does come over I think he improves. Yes, he does improve. Smith Pell's into the pit. I think that's Mystic Joker over next, and he's into the pit. Didn't feel like he did well enough. Impossible Bacon starting a hot lap. Gee, that's Hash is into the pit. Is this Scavney? It is Scavney, but he should come into the pit. Yes, there we see it. Sui going to start a hot lap. Is JC Blackley coming over for another time? No, he's way down on his, so he will come to the pit as well. Yule looking like he's gonna let, I think that's Seaberry through. Seaberry's trying to use him for a tow. Seaberry's gonna start his hot lap. So we got Sui. Jinnit is 4/10 down right now. He needs to take off a little bit more if he wants to move himself up the order a lot. Right now sitting 7th, comes over the line into 4th, overtaking Mystic Joker importantly, but Mystic still has another time to set. Helg is into the pit. Enrique as well into the pit, so a little bit of a lull in the action right now. But actually, we know we got Sui still, who's trying to improve his time, as well as Impossible Bacon. A little bit farther along, but he is invalidated. Seaberry also trying to set a time, so choosing for a moment where there's a lot of open spaces on track. A lot of these cars are into the pit. As you can see, we have over half the grid. There's only 4 drivers on track right now. Good to keep a lot of speed coming through this turn. Could have extended that a little bit more, but didn't want to risk the wall. Coming down the straight, which of course Baku has the longest straight in all of the F1 calendar here. Where can Sui find himself? And right now he goes up into the top 10. Oh, and Seaberry unfortunately invalidates his lap, so that will be it for him. So Nicky's going to be the first one out to get back on his hot lap here. Yellow flag for sector 1, but it looks like it's a Haas letting by McLaren. It's a little bit more room. You can see the BWT Racing Point as well as another Haas just passing by on that cool camera angle as 2 sides of the track come right along beside each other. Nicky onto his hot lap. I wonder if his manager Hannah is in chat. If you are, Hannah, be sure to say hi. Would appreciate it. Nicky keeping it fairly clean around the first 2 turns, but that's only 2 turns. You gotta complete a lot more to finish the lap here. We'll ride on board as you come into turn 3. Brakes late. No, this is fairly clean. Nearly hits a little bit of the wall. Brakes late again and tries to extend it as much as possible. Does well once again, having a good sector 1 here. Could have taken a little bit sharper, opened up the line a little bit better for turn 6, but nothing too terrible here. Currently sitting 15th is the Ferrari driver. Kind of made that apex a little slower than what he would have hoped, but a clean entry into the castle section. Nicky seems to be trying to brake as late as possible, but by doing so doesn't give himself the best exit out of the turn. Nearly invalidates coming around turn 12, but does good and actually opens up the track to as far as possible. JC Blackley retiring in the pits with 12 plays. The drivers doing their jobs, letting the one on hot lap through. Nicky does a good job extending the turn as much as possible. He's going to try and keep this clean here, but he says he's not the best at slaloms. Could have extended that a little bit more, but still does a good enough piece of work now. Takes a sharp turn around turn 20. and down the straight he goes, and he's just going to let this thing fly in a dead straight angle and comes over in 9th place. Very well done, Nicky, improving quite a bit on his initial time. Okay, we got here. So is that Kenny? No, it's a Williams. Is that Enrique? No, Enrique's back. Williams. Okay. At Rosie on an out. Random Sirius. A little bit farther behind. Looking for Detail, who is as well trying to improve on his time. Then it's shortly followed by his teammate Random Sirius next over the line. Trying to get a tow is Detail. And, oh, actually, he was way off his time, so he must have messed something up somewhere. I didn't catch that earlier on. Random Sirius improves on his time, but not on track position. See Barry still yet without a time, and he's looking to start one here. Where's Smith Pell? Oh, Smith. Something happened with Smith Pell as he looks like he actually caught the wall. Oh yes, no wing for Smith Pell, as you can see there. Must have caught the wall and then some coming into the castle section. Helg I was on with earlier, and he did not improve on his time at all. Foos comes over and finishes with his time. Smith has got to do what he can to stay out of the way. Is that impossible? Or yes, it is impossible. He's already a 2.25 seconds down on his initial fastest lap. Two Brits trying to do what they can to get themselves up in the qualifying order here. Janet to win has already found himself in 4th, but teammate Impossible Bacon, where can he go? And just into 14th. Must have been hoping for a little bit more. Nicky is going to come into the pit. Yolmir's next over the line. Let's see where he can go. Yol does improve, as does Kenny. Mystic Joker can't, and he's going to have to take 6th. His qualifying reign comes to an end. Jinnit to win it still has a chance for... No, he doesn't. Not Rosie. Unless it can get absolutely stolen by someone completely unexpected. No, too far gone for C. Barry as he comes over 17th. Details, no, he doesn't. He's 36 seconds back. I think he's out of gas actually as well. Can Helg improve on his time? No, he is way down. Tiash, does Tiash have a go? No, he doesn't. Detail, and that's going to be it for qualifying. Oh, wow. So we see Renault, Haas, Williams, Merck. Kenny out qualifying his teammate for, I believe, the first time here in Season 3. Mystic Joker having his worst qualifying in I don't know of how long, qualifying in 6th place. Foos with a really good opening qualifying, going into 3rd, very well done in his debut, as well as Tiash up in 2nd. So Haas looking to really, you know, just shake things up in this league is somewhat of a, I want to say, a little bit of a surprise in qualifying. That was really different from what we're used to expect. But congratulations to Matt Rosie as he gets a pole. On the first row alongside will be Tiash 91. Second row will see us with Foos and Kenny. Third row will have Jinnit to win it and Mystic Joker, our championship, the drivers' championship contenders. Random Sirius and Scabney find himself in the 4th row. Yilmir and Nicky round out the top 10. Into the bottom half we go. We see Enrique alongside Sui, Helg with Impossible Bacon, JC Blackley in 15th with Cake Thomas, who DNF'd in qualifying but did set a time and held him into 16th place. C. Barry with the 5 position grid penalty, so that will see Detail alongside Hash in 17th and 18th, and Smith Pell in 19th. C. Barry down in 20th. Unfortunate circumstances for the Red Bulls this evening. We'll have to see how that will play out. But like I said, Mystic Joker and Jinnit to win it are in contention. Mystic Joker has a commanding lead as he has polished off the first half of this season. Whoa! McCracker Jack with the sub. What a beast. You do care. He does care, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. Matt Rosie. McCracker Jack, who do you got in this race? Who is your anticipated victor of Baku? Let's hear it. I know that you didn't actually come on because you knew it was Thursday and we were streaming. You just stumbled upon this. And that's what makes it sweeter. Right now the Drivers' Championship stands with Mystic Joker at 310, Jinnit to win it at 216, Ovs a B2B win from Matt Rosie. So Matt Rosie got qualifying, so you're thinking that he can qualify and take the win, hey? You really think so? Jinnit to win it 216, 94 points back of Mystic Joker. Mailmere in third, to 32 points back of Jinnit to win it. That'd be Hash sitting in fourth, Matt Rosie in fifth. So Matt Rosie really trying to move up the standings here as we start getting a little bit more parity along throughout the divisions. But as per usual, as this qualifying, yeah, okay, sure. As this qualifying has finished, I will go into the pre-race. Oh my God, why do I just turn into Elma Fudd sometimes when I'm trying to read some things? Pre-race questions. The pre-race questions, which of course are asked every week by yours truly to all the Division 1 drivers. This week's questions are as followed. Number 1 is, how often do you go back to rewatch the races? And JC Blackley was first to respond, and he says only if he does good he will go back and watch the race. Mailmere just simply says same as JC. Kate Thomas responds usually every week unless I have a lackluster race, so unless it was a poor performance, Cake isn't tuning in. Mr. Joker responds, always rewatch the main broadcasts of the divisions that have them, so Division 1, 2, and 3, and then I'll sometimes rewatch different POVs from drivers' streams to catch action that the broadcast may have missed. You know, that's dedication. See, Barry goes, I always watch the broadcast right after the race. It's part of my wind down. I like to see if I get any screen time and also find out what else went on in the division. And I think I'm not sure if he messaged me or whatever, but I believe he said that he also has oh my God, I think it's a glass of whiskey as well. He has a glass of whiskey and rewatches. Scabney responds that he just listens along to the live stream, so howdly doodly there, Scabney Rooney. Helg says occasionally depends on how tired he is after the race. Impossible responds, I always make an effort to rewatch my race replay after the race and try to take some notes compared to a previous race I've done around that track. Eventually during the week I'll rewatch the stream replay. Okay, so that's the first question to those that answered. The second one is expected to be the last time at the current version of the Australian track, so it is changing ever so slightly, actually for the better. What other track do you feel could use a little bit of revamping? JC Blackley is responding with Coda, Circuit of the Americas. Mailmere says Spain. Cake says France. Mystic Joker says definitely Spain or Abu Dhabi. I agree with Abu Dhabi. Seaberry says to widen turn 1 at Monza. Scabney responds with Russia, it needs nuked and start over, maybe some ramps or something this time. That'll be fun. Helg agrees with Spain, and Impossible as well agrees with Abu Dhabi. And then into our final North Pole question, who are you more happy for Sunday's results? Sergio with the win, Sebastian with second. Okay, I'll say Sergio Perez with the win, his first in Red Bull. Sebastian Vettel was second, his first podium with Aston Martin. Pierre Gasly, his third podium in F1, or Yuki Tsunoda with his highest career finish. I should have known what I was getting myself into with the Latin American drivers that are in here, as they unanimously voted Sergio Perez as their most happy for. Sebastian Vettel came a close second, second. Pierre Gasly came a close third to second, and only one person voted for poor Yuki Tsunoda. And that only person was the same guy that voted for everyone else, and that's Impossible Bacon. So, I mean, you can take that for what it is, but congratulations to all those drivers. They don't really hear us say it, but I don't really think they care that we say it, but, you know, well done to those. I'm a big Sebastian Vettel fan, so I am very happy. We are about to get underway here. The drivers are just coming up to the line, and some of them are taking their sweet time, and some of them are just wanting to get there, so we've got a little bit of waiting to do until everyone is up at the grid. Who shall we get on board with here? Mystic Joker doesn't tend to take too many risks early on. He kind of allows his pace to speak for itself and wants the race to kind of play out. Kenny might get I want to say stupid, but not stupid as in stupid, but stupid as in kind of fun stupid into turn 1. So maybe we'll get on board with him, as well as Jinnit to win it. Or you know what? I think Mystic Joker is just going to have the best POV of it all, so we'll get on board with him and just see the I'm not going to say chaos, but we'll see the action. That's a better word. That is to ensue into turn 1. And here we go. Crash McQueen's most favorite track in all of F1. Baku in Azerbaijan. Coming up with 5 red lights, and they are out. Matt Rosie, who doesn't get a good start into... Someone didn't get away. Matt Rosie has the lead into turn 1. Tiash in second. Kenny, I think, has just gotten to third, overtaking the second. Haas, Jinnit to win it in fourth. We have a McLaren on the inside line of Random Series, that being Yolmir. Looking to try and take over 6th place, that is, as we have a little bit of glitch with our timing screens there. Mystic Joker's way down. Says he's in 11th. That's not right. I believe he's in 7th, so already down 1 spot off of initial start. Random Series as well. Yolmir has moved up a couple of spots. We'll have to wait for this lobby glitch to fix itself to see exactly where we are. Seems to be doing so, and Random Series has lost 2 positions down into 9th. That's not anticipated. Random Series takes a good chunk of turn 7. Fuse is down in 4th, just behind Kenny, as Kenny is already kind of slowly falling back of Matt Rosie and Tiash. Maybe a little bit of rust in the armor of Mystic Joker, as he is not looking good off the get-go here, back in 8th, but there's still a lot of race to go here, so maybe allowing just to save his tires for a little later here, but a couple of positions lost early on is not what you want to see, although he's getting very close to Random Series there. Random getting a little bit off track on turn 16, finds himself back on. I think that's already twice he's found himself off track, so maybe a couple warnings to his way. Tiash and Matt Rose here trying to separate themselves from the pack. Kenny is already a second and a half back. Mystic Joker gets a good run out of turn 19 and is alongside Random Series as they come down the pit straight. If I can get a better camera angle, that'd be great. Actually, Random Series is already into the pit. What are we doing here? What is going on? Yeah, Matt Rosie and Tiash have already separated themselves around over a second and a half now. Kenny has Fuse and Jinnit to win it in behind him. And I think they're actually slowly closing the gap. I'm getting some major time glitch, but we'll be okay. It will settle itself out. Kenny right now is actually in 3rd, not 5th. Fuse is actually in 4th. Seems to almost have itself settled out here. There we go, that's it. Jinnit to win it in 6th, Yolmir, Jinnit to win it in 5th, Yolmir in 6th. Mystic Joker is down, he's 2 seconds back of Yolmir. He's not too far away from him. It looks a little bit farther through the timing sheets than it actually is. Look at the position changes as we've started here. Kenny's picked up 1 spot. Yolmir has taken 3. Sui 3 as well. Hash 6. Impossible 3 as well. Cake Thomas 3. Enrique is a man who's unfortunately lost 3 positions. Seaberry has lost 4. Smith Pell has lost 2. Helg is down 5 spots early on, as well as Detail down 2, and Random Series having to pit so very early down 13 positions right out of the gate. Nicky's going to be right under fire real early here as Impossible Bacon gets a really good run out of turn 19. And once again, should be able to overtake him coming down the pit straight. It looks like Impossible is going for a low fuel option here, as he's already showing a little bit of warning on his fuel light there. Goes deep into turn 1, trying to allow Nicky enough space, but Nicky decides not to try and take what was given to him and still holds back into 11th place. Scabney coming out of turn 2, or sorry, Suey coming out of turn 2, trying to hunt down Scabney for 8th place, as both these drivers are a couple of really good drivers when it comes to the race and just can't get her done when it comes to qualifying here. Looks like Hash launched down the inside line on Nicky there into turn 3. Nicky is down a couple of spots off of the race start, now down into 12th. He is also a man who can have a really good race pace. We'll have to see how that plays out. Here we go, Jinnit to win it, going down the inside line onto Fuse, having to cut a little bit of turn 7, but gets the move done. Into 4th place he goes, and now he's going to try and hunt down Kenny. Oh, a little bit of the wall he gets, and that's got to be some damage to that wing. Yes, that is missing the front. Yeah, he's missing the end plate there on the right side. Just wanted to confirm it. A virtual safety car comes out. For what reason? Okay, it's just a VSC, so everything's okay. 5-second penalty to Enrique. Might have gotten some contact with someone ahead of him. He's 4 seconds back. Yeah, he's got some major damage to his front right wing there, so he's going to have to come in pit for a new one here. Baku can be very unforgiving with the walls around. It requires the utmost amount of respect as well as focus to get the job done. Some drivers are coming in real early here, trying to take advantage of this safety car. I like the move from Kenny to come into the pit. The VSC is going to make the drivers go a little bit slower, and no, see Barry, that is not what you want to see. Gets the drive-through penalty for speeding under virtual safety car. Ouch. But coming into the pit, it gives back a little bit more time than pitting during the race being open, as the drivers are allowed to go around the track faster, but with the VSC, they are capped with how fast they can go. Suey and Scabney move up into 4th and 5th respectively. Mystic Joker's 5 seconds off the lead. And it's actually ever so slightly, he was losing time for a second. We'll see how, we'll keep an eye on that. Smith Pell and Helg are very close. And ooh, Smith Pell tries to go back down it's going to be the outside line coming into turn 5 and goes for a switchback on JC. JC kind of opens it up there and kind of closes the door real quick, and now it's Helg, the other AlphaTauri, looking at JC Blackley. Fuse comes out just behind this whole pack here. Kenny must have got caught somewhere, as he's actually separated by one car to Fuse, who he was ahead of initially, and gets a really good run out of turn 12 and has the position on Yolmir. Up into 15th place goes Kenny. Jinnit to win it as well, getting detail. Yolmir braking a little bit late into turn 15, as Jinnit's got to try and get past Yolmir and not allow Kenny to get too far ahead. Kenny's really putting the pressure on Fuse now, as Fuse actually goes for some hards. Kenny going on for the mediums, maybe anticipating a little bit of a safety car. And oh, what is going on there? Oh no, collision! Smith Pell! Oh no! Who was that? How did Fuse get the worst of it and a VSC is deployed? Oh, he's coming around turn 19. There was just too many cars there for something to happen. And we're back green. This car of Fuse is taken up and out of the track, and it just that one really hurts, but unfortunately we have to continue on. There was 5 cars just right in a mix there coming around turn 19. It was just asking for trouble, and unfortunately trouble came. Kenny gets a position. Oh, now looking to the inside line of JC Blackley. JC can't really defend, a little bit of contact. JC tries to go back down the inside line. We got a drag into turn 7. Yolmir closely follows this, so we'll get right on board with it. JC tries to defend the inside line. Kenny sends it around the outside and gets a really good run out of turn 7 and is able to block off. JC, no, and then Kenny breaks too late into the castle section and then hits the wall. Oh my god. What is happening? It's all gone wrong. Kenny's trying to pick himself back up. Another VSC. Kenny was on for such a good finish. T-Ash, the race lead, comes into the pit. Matt Rosie has already pitted, but T-Ash is going to get a big helping hand here, pitting on this VSC. Scavney and Impossible Bacon coming into the pit. A lot of VSCs for these drivers to take advantage of to come in and have their pit stop times lost shortened by quite a good margin. Is Matt Rosie coming in again? Matt Rosie is coming in again and putting on another set of mediums. Actually, oh, he needs a new wing. Oh, Matt Rosie got a new wing. That's not what you want to see. The driver who got pole ends up having to pit and twice before lap 6 and loses quite a bit of positions. Cracker Jack's prediction not looking very good as it stands. Still 20 more laps to go. We'll see where we'll take it here. But net position right now, Scavney is actually in second, way behind T-Ash. T-Ash is timed his pit stop really well. JC Blackley allows Impossible Bacon to go through, as Impossible is moved up quite a bit of positions on grid as well, and he's trying to make up as much places as possible and get as much points as possible for the Mercedes team. Mystic Joker currently right now sitting at race leader, followed by his brother Sui and Hash, third in Drivers' Championship and third in this race. Actually, third? No, fourth is Hash. As well as Cake Thomas, who found a little bit of difficulties in qualifying, but up into fourth place right now. Matt Rosie gets detail, and he finds himself back up into 12th here. This race is far from over, and oh, Matt Rosie gets... No, Matt Rosie again! That allows detail to go through. Matt Rosie's going to have to come into the pit once again. Oh my god. All three of those drivers come into the pit. JC Blackley, Detail, and Matt Rosie. Oh, McCracker, you literally cursed him. I don't want to laugh, but McCracker Jack literally cursed Matt Rosie. He comes over with this. Oh, no, we have a full-on safety car here, so this is really going to shake things up. Yeah, that one's on. Yeah, 100% McCracker. What are you doing, my guy? Absolutely cursed. DM the poor man and take the blame. He's absolutely shook. 3 pit stops before lap 7 is even complete. Safety car is out, so we will be able to bunch the pack back up. Mystic Joker finds himself first. He's a long way around track until he can pit. We'll take a peek at the tire compounds out here. So Smith, Pell, and Cake still don't need a pit for a while. Mystic, Sui, and Hash all do fairly soon, so we'll see what Mystic Joker is going to do here. He seems to be lining up the pit lane entrance, and yes, he is. He's going to come into the pit lane. Where will this bring him out? Yeah, I think it should bring him out ahead of Smith Pell. We'll take a peek. He needs a good pit stop here. He's going to go for the hards. Sui and Hash as well coming into the pit. So Mystic Joker will hold on to 3rd place. So he's still sitting very well. He's going to bunch back up behind T. Ash and Cake Thomas, but Cake ahead of him needs to pit. Smith Pell starting on the hards, but pitting. He's going to probably try and make some mediums last out here, yeah, so he's going to try and go 18 laps with mediums. Scabney as well pitting. Is he pitting again? So yeah, Scabney, that's his second pit stop. Everyone in this race has pitted at least once, some twice, one 3 times. Actually, Cake Thomas, leading the race, has not pitted. So it's just still a lot of things can happen. This race is not over. Random Series having a fairly decent qualifying, but had some difficulties in the race and find themselves sitting back in 18th. Oh my god, 174 followers is where we sit. We are so close, like, just like painfully close from hitting our goal. Like, if you are new to the stream and you like what you see, could be that 175. Like, we need it. I mean, we don't need it, but you know, we really appreciate it. That's just our goal. We really want 175, so we can just break that goal and get on to our next of 200. And we can't start the next goal of 200 if we don't break the current one of 175. So we be that 175th follower and help us complete this goal so we can start another goal. Yeah. Work on our way. But anywho, while we have a little bit of a lull, break that follower count. Yeah, exactly, Crackerjack. While we have a little bit of a lull in the action here, if there's any questions from chat, all those people that are tuning in here to watch the Midwest F1 League's finest, anything, any question about a driver, I know most of these guys fairly well now, actually, so there's some that I don't know anything about, but I know, okay, actually I say fairly well, but I don't really know them well at all. I just know them, and I've talked to them from time to time, so if you have any questions about the drivers, let me know and I'll see if I can answer them. If you have any questions about why McCracker Jerk cursed Matt Rosie, be sure to ask that as well, as I'm gonna DM Matt Rosie after and just tell him that, like, hey, that was your curse from the beginning. That was a very good job of getting pole and qualifying, but you know, one guy, he chose you for the race, and you know, it's like whatever the opposite of Midas touch is, he's the human equivalent of that, and so unfortunately you got touched by the opposite of Midas's touch, and you know how you spoke it into existence. No. As soon as you chose Matt Rosie, it was already made up. It was like, it was there. It was like, Matt Rosie was probably going to win this race. McCrackerjack comes walking in and says, hey, that guy looks pretty good, I'm going to choose him. And then Formula One gods just look down and say, McCrackerjack's choosing him. Poor guy. Well, it's in our contract. Anything Crackerjack touches turns to the opposite of Midas' touch, so... Sorry, not sorry, Matt Rosie. Gotta do what we gotta do. 3 pit stops before lap 7 is the way she's gotta go. And what do you know what happens? Matt Rosie, 3 pit stops after qualifying, P1. Just can't find his way. He was probably gonna cure cancer or something, and you just effed it up. You know what? That's pretty ruthless. I think he's still got a potential of curing cancer if he is that brilliant of a man. But now I have completely lost my train of thought. That absolutely just floored me. Oh my god. Okay, so safety car is in. I don't even have to... Okay, I don't even have to bother with that. Alright, I'm even gonna just gonna leave that one alone. But here we go, we're gonna get back into it. Cake Thomas trying to get a good run into turn 1, and he's actually wasn't able to miss time anyone. Everyone seems to have gotten a pretty good jump here. T-Ash is actually trying to get the move done instantly and tries to go deep into turn 1, but now with doing that, opens up the door ever so slightly for Mystic Joker. Mystic backs out, tries to line up a good run out of turn 2. Jinnit to win it, moving up some positions. Nikki as well getting into big dogfight down the way. I missed that. Scabney taking a peek at the inside line of Jinnit to win it. We've got a little bit of drag between the Merc and the Ferrari. Coming into turn 3, Jinnit breaks deep, closes off the line, holds on to 8th place. Impossible Bacon trying to get a McLaren here. Kenny is out of the session. Very unexpected here. Impossible Bacon is very close to the back of Yolmir, but I think that was just for a couple of turns here. We'll get back onto Mystic Joker as he is got a really good chance of taking home this race here. Jinnit seems to have gotten Smith Pell going into turn 7 again. Jinnit has kind of chose that to be his spot to for kind of unexpected overtakes. He's back up into 8th. Impossible Bacon, I imagine, is probably going to be the good teammate that he is and let the quicker driver of Jinnit to win it to go by. And there you go. Yes, he does. Instantly lets Jinnit to win it go by. Dude, like, Impossible Bacon is the bro of all bros. Like, letting Jinnit to win it. He just leads them on to all these amazing possibilities, and whoever needs a teammate for next season, be sure to draft Impossible Bacon as first overall pick, as he is going to try and win you as many bloody points as possible, and he'll do what he can just to stay in the division. He is just the ultimate support driver here. But we're going to have a little bit of a battle going into turn 1 here as Hatch gets into the slipstream and makes a late decision at the inside line. Sui goes to defend it on the outside. Hatch forcing him deep. Onto the curb goes Sui. They're wheel to wheel once again going into turn 2. Hatch still with the inside line. Sui still sending it around the outside. A little bit of contact with the back left rear of Sui and the front right. Nope, let's do that way around. Whatever, screw it. Hatch still trying to make the ground on Sui, but he can't get close enough into 3rd place. Sui holds on to 4th, going, ooh, yeah, that was actually really well done going into turn 3, now turn 4. Hatch sending a little bit deep, and ooh, there we go, a little bit of a love tap from Sui along the wall. Yolmir can smell 6th place. Hatch blocks it off. Yul tries to send all the way around the outside and dives to the inside of turn 6, but nothing was really there. Very admirable move, but nothing quite going. Sui has kind of fallen a little bit off the pace of the lead lap there. Mystic Joker sitting in 3rd, trying to fight for 2nd place as Cake Thomas still without a pit. A little bit of bumping and grinding or position jumbling going in the midfield there for around 9th to 11th. I wasn't exactly able to catch that. Random Serious gets Helg as Helg loses another position. Actually loses 4, so he must have gotten a little bit of the wall there. Finds himself down in 18th. Not what he was hoping for in a race. Sui was able to separate himself enough from Hash. Hash is going to have a tough time to try and close this gap. Actually gets a really good run. And no DRS yet. So DRS this next lap here. Scabney. Oh, Scabney loses a couple positions. And Jinnit and Yolmir are battling it into turn 1. Jinnit goes down the inside line, pushes Yolmir right along the wall. Yol has to back out, and Jinnit goes up into 6th as he's trying to work himself through the field. You can see 3rd place, or net 3rd place, just in the distance there. Sui currently holding on to it right now. T-Ash up in what is net 1st. Cake Thomas, of course, sits there, but he still needs to pit in this race. So we'll get on to the tires fitted and how many laps have been put onto them. And the man who is yet to pitted is the man with the oldest set of tires, that being Cake Thomas, 11 laps deep on those hards. Enrique and JC Blackley down the pack, or they seem to really be fighting it out here, but Enrique has the inside line and catches and whips his back end out at JC Blackley. I'm not sure if he's actually got any damage there. If this is 2021, he would definitely have some damage, but this is still Formula 2020, so they don't have that in the game quite yet. Sui is still slowly losing pace off the leaders there. Mystic trying to look for a good run out of the slalom here. T-Ash trying to get a good run onto first place. Looks like he's going to get the job done. We're going to stay on board with Mystic Joker here as Cake goes to the outside to defend, but T-Ash has the pace advantage as well as the fresher tire. Goes down the inside line into turn 1, gets a position. Cake does a little bit of a switchback maneuver, gets fairly close coming into turn 2, not quite close enough. Maybe a little bit of contact with Sui and Hash there as Hash picks up a penalty and Sui drops back into 4th. Mystic is going to try and go down the inside line. Cake Thomas backs out, knows that he can't contest that turn as much as he would like to. Hash going a little bit deep into turn 4. Is there a little bit of damage? No, look, I want Hash. I want Hash. There we go. So no damage to Sui. Mr. Joker did start this race 6th, the lowest that we've seen him in qualifying for a long time, but he seems to have gained his race pace here. A little bit different of a one than from what we're used to seeing. We have this line of drivers here, running all the way from 4th to 8th. Matt Rossi finds himself back up in 10th, so you know he's got a shout. He's got a shout for some good positions, and doesn't find himself separated too much. Yolmir dives down the inside line. Jinnet's forced to give room. Jinnet gives a little bit too much of an opening, and Yolmir does a really good job of getting that position, but unfortunately with that move they find themselves a little bit outside of DRS, and I think Yolmir kind of did it. It was a very nice move, that Yolmir, but just the way that the track layout is, he doesn't have DRS. Jinnet Twin it does, and oh no, Jinnet Twin is actually into the pit. Mystic Joker and TS may have been battling into turn 1, and Jinnet actually... Oh, what happened? Matt Rossi! No, Matt Rossi! And Jinnet! What the hell happened? Was Jinnet not coming into the pit? He might have missed the pit and smacked into the middle of the track. Oh my god, this race is heartbreaking. McCracker, you cursed him. You did. You absolutely cursed the guy. I don't know what he did to you, but you put a hex on the poor man, the poor guy, Matt Rossi. Ugh. Quite unfortunate. But as I've said before, we have to venture on. We can't put this race on hold. We need to keep progressing. It hurts to see 4 really fast drivers unfortunately have to bow out of this race. Third place is still very much up for grabs. Cake Thomas still needs to pit. Hash with that penalty. We have 12 laps to go here. What do you mean by that, Mr. Matt86? Not sure if I understand what you're trying to say. Here we go. So Random Sirius is going to find himself moving all the way back up to 5th as we see some pit stops from quite a few drivers, that being 5. Or do you mean with us losing a bunch of the quicker drivers, you'd like to see some of the midfield drivers step up into a podium this evening? If that's what you mean, a couple of the guys that are on for one would be Sui, finds himself around the midfield consistently. All these fast guys out. Let's see someone else step up on the podium. 100%. Alright, I'm picking up what you're putting down. There you go, Cracker Jack. Throwing out the MidWest F1 safety car, the most used emote that we have. And it's also one of the only emote that we have as of right now. We have an option for another one, but I'm kind of lazy. I'll get to it. Kate Thomas throws on some softs. He's looking to try and last those out 11 laps, so that's going to be kind of a tough wrencher. Maybe a little mediums might have been the way to go. He did start on hard, so I think mediums, he would have had a set of mediums for this race, unless he chose a different no, he had to have mediums, I'm sure, but he chooses the softs instead, so be that it may, respect the decision, see how it ends up. But T-Ash is holding off Mystic Joker right now. That's going to be a tough battle from this point out. Mystic Joker, our Drivers' Championship win. He's absolutely lit up Season 3 this year. He's had quite stiff competition, race in, race out, with the man who's unfortunately DNF'd in Jinnit to win it, and Matt Rosie, who got pole, is also DNF'd here. So it's pretty much between T-Ash and Mystic Joker. Oh, there we go. Chaser 2013 with the follow. That's our goal, 175 followers. Thank you very much, Chaser. Appreciate it. Welcome to the community. 200 followers is our next goal. Let's get there before the end of Season 2. Or Season 3. Season 2 happened a little while ago, but let's get there before the end of Season 3, and before we get to F1 2021. Slowly working our way up and building this community. We are getting there, and I appreciate everyone that does follow. Friends, family, just random people that stop by the stream that enjoy what we provide. We appreciate every one of you. But we are well on our way to getting back into this race. Random Sirius is well on his way to try and regaining as much time as he possibly can. He's going to have a difficult time with Cake Thomas on some fresh softs behind him. Random starting in 6th and finding himself in a bit of trouble, and was actually last for a couple of laps in this race. But he has worked himself back up into 5th with the help of the safety car, and it is on some old hard, so he's probably going to try and last those out and see what he can do. It's going to be quite the tough task, but I don't know, it's going to be really hard. He's going to have to really fight out each lap to try and hold on each position, as just fight every corner tooth and nail. But 5th place is where he sits right now. All the top 5 have the hard tire compound set on right now. 7 laps old is the Mystic Joker, Hosh, and Sui's tire sets. T-Ash is 9 laps old, and like I said before, Random Sirius with 12, as well as a penalty of 5 seconds, Hash with a penalty of 3. So, with that being said, still plenty of racing to come here. 10 full laps to go. The safety car surely will be in this lap. T-Ash is going to lead us over the line. Random going to drop far, it looks like. Yeah, he's in a tough hold. But Random is one of our better drivers here, so if there's anyone that can do it, he's going to have a chance. He's got Cake, Yolmir, Impossible, Smith Pell, and Nikki behind him. All 5 of them are around midfield drivers. So Cake does have the advantage in the battle, though, on the soft. So I don't think he's going to be able to fight him off for too long, but maybe I don't think he's going to be overtaken by all 5 of those. I think he's going to be battling it out and just staying in that DRS train for as long as possible. We are getting back underway. T-Ash doesn't look like he gets a bad timing on a Mystic Joker, as Mystic is only a quarter of a second back into turn 1. 2 laps away from getting DRS. Impossible Bacon and Smith Pell already battling into turn 1, as well as into turn 2, and it looks like Impossible's going down the inside line, pushing Smith Pell all the way around the outside, and no, Random Sirius into the wall. I'm the jinxer now. Oh no, that's not what you want to see. Random Sirius is going to have to pick himself back up. Yolmir going down the inside line onto the Cake Thomas, but Cake Thomas doesn't allow him any room. and Yulmir's going to have to slot back in. Cake already picking up a position off of restart here. Still a yellow flag in Sector 1. Random Series picks himself back up into 16th place. Major positions moving around. It looks like Enrique and Helg got into it in turn 6. And yeah, Helg is right into the wall. Enrique picking himself back up to Cake Thomas. We'll see what he can do on to Sui. He's going to need to overtake these cars like yesterday and try and open up the gap as far as possible, as those softs are going to wear out and the hards will have somewhat of the pace advantage as this kind of goes on. And yeah, no, Matt, that's not your jinx, that's my jinx. I jinxed random. McCracker Jacks jinxed Matt Rosie. And down the inside line goes Cake. Sui can't really defend all too much, and Cake's got the tire advantage and was able to get that move done fairly easily using those softs as well as possible. Up into 4th place he goes. Mystic Joker's into the slipstream. T-Ash here. No DRS is needed. Tries to line up the inside line, but it actually looks like T-Ash, after Mystic pulled out of the slipstream, had the pace advantage there, and so he's going to hold on to position 1 through turn 1, and as well is into turn 2. Cake now right on the tail of Hash, as Cake is doing exactly what I said and is needing to overtake these drivers as soon as possible, and already finds himself up into 3rd, improving 3 positions off of race restart. Sui looks like he actually hip checked a little bit of that that curb, and drifts out the back of his car, but ever so slightly, which was kind of different. I haven't really seen that, but kind of cool. Impossible Bacon finds himself up into 8th place, trying to work on to 7th, with Smith Pell leading the AlphaTauris up into the top 10. Only one team actually has 2 drivers in the top 10, that being Alfa Romeo. Whoa, Impossible Bacon getting a little bit swifty there, and Nikki sees that swiftiness and takes advantage up into 8th place. Oh, and then no, Nikki! Yeah. Oh no. I just can't even commentate on anything. JC Blackley looking trying to get around Nikki, both Ferrari powered cars. Nikki's not allowing him the space. Scavney gets Detail as Detail drops back into 12th. Scavney up into 10th. Scavney is going to try and overtake JC Blackley. It seems like Nikki is doing a teammate thing and holding up JC to allow Scavney to try and make up the ground on JC. JC just can't get past him. And now Scavney has a crazy pace advantage. It's kind of doing a little bit of a... No, I'm going to say a bump pass. But he was giving a little bit of encouragement and pace. Scavney is able to overtake his teammate Nikki as well as JC Blackley. But JC is going to try and fight back into turn 1. Ooh, Scavney just misses the wall there. Does well to not get too much of it. But he tries to get a good run out of turn 2. Oh, Mystic Joker battle for the lead. It was right beside T-Ash, and T-Ash actually gets a little bit of the wall, and that allows Mystic Joker to get alongside him. Coming into turn 3, T-Ash sends it down the inside line. Mystic does a switchback, gets a position, and he's just leading it into turn 4. Gets the car through first, and T-Ash has to slot back into 2nd place. But there you go. You see Cake Thomas ever so close to the back of T-Ash, but he has to back out and still holds on to 3rd place. A little bit of a lockup from T-Ash. So you can hear the car screaming by Random Series. Actually, it was Helg. No, it was Random Series. Sorry, as I argue with myself. Did Random get clipped, or did he just spin out? I mean, he might. My assumption is maybe he didn't warm up the tires enough as he thought he did, and was feeling the pressure and got a little bit too heavy on the throttle coming out of turn 2, and some gnarly contact there from Yulmir, I think it was. That's definitely some... No wing damage there. Was that Yulmir? No, I heard some contact on the wall, but I'm not sure who that was. Is that maybe Sui behind? No? Okay. Heard contact, but doesn't lead to anything. Mystic Joker up into 1st place, trying to separate himself from T-Ash. T-Ash can desperately not allow Mystic Joker to get away from him, as Cake Thomas is just waiting in the weeds in 3rd place with some soft and some pace advantage here, but he is completely out of ERS, as well as T-Ash, as well as Mystic Joker. I actually think he's got a little bit, but these guys are using up as much as possible, trying to get as big of the pace advantage coming down the straights as possible here. Yolmir taking a look at the outside line of Hash, but Hash blocking that out, and Yolmir having to still hold on to 5th. Scavney gets JC Blackley. JC tries to send it back into turn 3, but nothing quite going there. Scavney up into 9th place now, as Scavney is just ahead of the Alfa Romeo, and with his teammate Nicky just behind. Oh my god, Cake is so close to T-Ash. Cake is having a really good race. I'll pull up the position changes here and we'll take a peek at the hardest charger. Hash right now has moved up 14 positions, but he does have a penalty, so this may come into play. Smith Pell actually is sitting with 12 positions, but Cake Thomas as well with 13. With the penalty to Hash, Smith Pell should move ahead of him, so he'll tie with the hardest charger of Cake Thomas, but Cake is going to be finishing on the podium, so he'll be getting the louder of the laugh between the two drivers. Well, here we go. Yolmir gets a really good run out of turn 19, and even before the DRS swing is open, he's already passed Hash. But Hash slips into the slipstream and tries not to lose him too much. Smith Pell trying to work the inside line of Sui. Sui in 6th. And it looks like Cake Thomas is finally going to get T-Ash coming around into turn 2. Not the most likeliness of areas for a pass, but T-Ash has got the slipstream. He's looking to try and actually sends it back down into turn 3. Around the outside he goes. Very well done, and he's back up into 2nd place. Cake Thomas has to give way in 3rd, but he looks at, oh, big drift. T-Ash, now he's under pressure majorly from Yolmir. Yolmir down the inside line, and T-Ash has to slip back into 4th place. Cake Thomas goes up into 2nd. Yolmir has really putting in some really solid laps here. Mystic Joker has to separate himself from the group. T-Ash with that little bit of oversteer coming around to turn 14. Turn 4, found himself losing 2 positions after doing a really good job of gaining that spot back on Cake. We still have 5 full laps to go. We are on lap 21. Yeah, it was such a good move, but unfortunately just got a little bit too heavy on the throttle coming out of the turn, or maybe a little oversteered too much, and yeah, just found himself spinning ever so slightly. But Cake Thomas is really going to try and separate himself from Yolmir as soon as possible, as DRS is huge in this straight, and 6/10 right now separate Yolmir and Cake. I don't think he's going to get close enough to warrant a move into turn 1. We have a crazy DRS train that runs all the way down to Impossible Bacon here in 8th. So Yolmir is going to try and get close, and maybe a really good run out of turn 2 might allow him to get an overtake into turn 3, but a little bit of oversteer as well coming out of that turn. So now tire age is going to be coming a factor here for T-Ash. Yolmir is set for a really good finish now. Sitting in 3rd, he's got the tire advantage on Cake Thomas. Cake's got 6-lap-old softs and just can't seem to shake Yolmir quite yet. He's going to try and do what he can. This is where it can get really antsy. Both drivers take it fairly clean. Yolmir using as much of the track as possible. Cake doing a really good job of actually opening up the gap between himself and Yolmir, trying to separate it enough. And it looks like Cake is just doing a really good job of hitting those apexes perfectly. Nicky having to give up a couple positions, trying to find himself all the way back down to 13th. Yolmir just stays in DRS, and that might have actually saved 3rd place. Once again, taking a quick peek at hardest charger, and it's actually going to go to Cake Thomas here. I think Yolmir needs to try and save up a little bit of battery and just do what he can to stay close to Cake. This battle's getting heated. But quickly, we'll have a little bit of a lull here. If you like what you see, be sure to give the stream a follow. We very much appreciate it. 175 followers is where we say we're trying to work to 200. Now we just hit our goal today. So help us try and get to our next one. If you like as well to go check out our YouTube channel, it is right there in the description. So go get that and check out, as well as our Twitter and Instagram page. We have a good social media team that does a solid job and brings some high quality posts. So go support those guys as well as the wide pages. We are right now doing a fundraiser to support mental awareness. $5 a ticket towards a chance to win a Midwest F1 merch pack, as well as a chance to win the newest game if you don't win the merch pack. So a couple of chances to win prizes are up for grabs. All it is $5 a ticket. Your whole donation goes to the Jet Foundation. Yolmir goes around the outside into turn 1. Cake can't defend. Yolmir going a little bit deep, does not get a piece of the wall, and finds himself up into second place. But a penalty to Yolmir is now going to really change this. And Cake just barely gets DRS there. So Yolmir needs to try and increase a 3-second gap between himself and Cake, and just 3 full laps here. I don't know if he's got enough time to do it. That is heartbreaking, as well as with that penalty, that will actually drop him off the podium entirely, and T-Ash will find himself back up into 3rd place. So that's just crazy. Oh, Yolmir, you gotta drive like a madman, my guy. T-Ash needs to just stay within 3 seconds to Yolmir, but he's on some really old tires here, so that's a very tough task. Sui on 15-lap old hards as well. I'll take a quick peek at, fastest lap right now sits with Random Serious. So some extra points to him. Oh, Matt86 with the follow. Thank you very much, man. Enjoy the, appreciate the communication in chat as well. Thanks for that. Always love to have a little conversation with the chat. Unless your name's Cracker Jack, then you're not allowed to cheer for drivers. You're just going to drinks. Yeah, the race has been really good. That's why I love Baku, man. It's my favorite track. Absolute favorite. I'm absolutely just peeled into this race right now. The Subi's trying to catch Smithpell into turn 1. What can he do? Smithpell braking a little bit earlier than Sui, and Sui nearly getting in the back of Smithpell. Hash as well, looking to potentially make a move into turn 3, but that doesn't get a good enough run out of turn 2. So I have to kind of leave that one for right now. Lap 25 is where we're at right now. We are nearly done this race, and then be sure to stay tuned after, as we got interviews with the podium as well as the hardest charger. So if you want to hear from the drivers from what they went through, stay tuned, and we will get you that as soon as possible. It usually happens about a couple minutes after the race finish. Looking like right now Mr. Joker is going to go for his 7th straight win. I repeat, 7th. He has the all-time record for most wins in a row in Division 1, and I think most wins total in Division 1. So he's the best that Midwest has to offer. Simply put, the guy is a literal bot. But we got a great battle here for 6th place between the 3 very good drivers as well. Possibly can try to do what he can, scoring points for trying to score points for the Mercedes team, as Janet to win it has unfortunately bowed out of this race. We are about to get on to lap 26, the final lap of this Grand Prix. New Impossible Bacon's going to put a Sui under pressure here. Both get DRS. We got a drag between a Merc and a Renault into turn 1. Looks like they're actually extremely even on pace. If anything, Subi was ever so slightly pulling away. It goes a little bit too deep into turn 1. Impossible Bacon's going to be running out a little bit of time, or he's potentially looking to bow task him. See Barry gets JC Blackley coming down the straight. See Barry's trying to get back as much positions as possible. I think he's up 10. So very well done by C. Barry. Oh no, JC Blackley just turned off at the wrong moment. Yes, he does dive down the inside line into turn 2. C. Barry and him are going to drag down into turn 3. JC Blackley has DRS, but it looks like C. Barry's actually got some really good pace there. And is he pulling away? I think he was, even without DRS. What kind of straight line speed does that guy got on his setup there? But holy smokes, he's able to hold off JC Blackley and out-drag him down into turn 3 without the back wing open. So, was that a little bit of contact that I heard from Scavney there? Still a crazy battle for the middle of the pack there. T-Ash is just doing enough to stay within 3 seconds. He's actually 6/10 away. We're going to follow this for the rest of the race. He's so close to Cake Thomas. He's actually got second place potentially here, as he's just got to keep it close coming around the final couple turns. Mystic Joker is finishing up the final. He's going to come down the straight unless a blown tire like Max Verstappen. He surely will come over the line with the win. 3/10. Cake Thomas is trying to break the toe, and I don't think there's enough track for T-Ash, and yeah, he's going to come over third. Cake Thomas second. Smith Pell jumps up into 5th. Impossible Bacon can't get Sui in the end. Scavney comes over in 9th. C. Barry with a very well done 10th place, getting 10th positions, keeping his nose fairly clean and getting all that time back in the end. JC Blackley, I think he's got a little bit of damage to his wings. He's, yeah, there you go, front right damage is where he's slowing up. Nicky drops 2 positions off of qualifying and finds himself in 12th place. Detail moves up 4 off of his qualifying. Random Serious, not what you want to see from him today, in 14th place. As well as Enrique, we know he can put in a lot better performances than that. Helg, not what you want to see from him. He is a guy who has potential to get himself on the podium. But we'll let these drivers finish up. We'll get Mystic, Cake, T-Ash, and Smith Pell. At Mystic, at Cake, at T-Ash, at Smith Pell. There we go, and I'll go through the final finishing order, and I will try and get the podiums for the rest of the divisions here. Any questions from chat for the drivers here? Okay, here we go. So finishing with another win is Mr. Joker. Second over the line is Cake Thomas. T-Ash starting second, finishing third. Yolmir coming over the line in 4th, Smith Pell Fish has 6, Sui 7th, Impossible Bacon 8th, Scavney 9th, and C. Barry in 10th. Into the back half we go. We see JC Blackley coming from 15th to 11th, Nicky going from 10th to 12th, Detail moving up 4 spots up into 13th, Enrique in 14th, Random Serious 15th, Helg the last of the finishers in 16th, and the DNFs are as follows: Matt Rossi, Janet to win it, Kenny, and Fuse. A lot of really fast drivers. It was a rough one today. Let's just be honest. Oh, for those drivers, that is. Okay, so got a thumbs up from T-Ash for interviews. I just want to apologize. Waiting for the guys to join up here. T-Ash just waiting on cake.
Hey guys.
Howdly doodly.
Yeah, how's it
It's not too bad.
going?
Where's cake, dude?
Do you think he's allowed what he did right at the end? I was in a DRS zone. He was going zigzag. Like,
I yeah, I know
I
what
don't
you're
think he's
saying.
allowed.
No.
I'm gonna report it. I'm gonna tell him now. Because clearly I was taking advantage of that. But once you're in a DRS zone, I don't think you can do that.
No, I don't.
You're allowed probably just one move, but
I
not
think
conservative like that.
I think you're right. I need to just invite Kate quick. Says he's in the party. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll, you should join up. Everyone's got their voices on sharing settings, right? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
We're all good. Okay, good stuff. We'll start with the race winner, as per usual. I'm just kidding, no. But, I mean, I am kidding, but I'm not kidding. That's 8 straight now for Mystic. Like, why aren't you getting hammered? You need to be getting hammered before each race. What is going on here, Mystic?
Nah, man.
I'm.
Can I use
I,
the bathroom real quick before we do this?
yeah, you can go ahead. We'll just let us know when you're back, and we'll kick it to you after. But yeah, Mystic. You know, jokes aside, you qualified 6. Obviously, not what you were hoping for, and not what I was anticipating. My first question is do you just not have the qualifying pace in Baku, or was it just a bad qualifying from you, as well
No,
as sorry, actually, yeah, answer that, and I'll ask another one.
yeah, I was gonna say I only got one quali lap in, and it was my first attempt. I completely messed up my second attempt, so I backed out of the lap, and then third lap as well. I messed up pretty bad castle section, so just couldn't hook up a lap. If I could have hooked up a lap, very well could have contested, for pole, or at least been, a little bit higher up than where I started at. So disappointing qualifying, but yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Uh, yeah, so then going into the race, starting 6th, it's kind of a different area that you're used to. Um, and I've kind of noticed with you that you don't kind of like to get your nose dirty off the beginning. You just try and keep it clean and then wait for the race to open up and then kind of do your work then. Will we ever see you kind of get your nose dirty off the get-go, or are you always just going to stay fairly clean?
Nah, man. 90% of the time, I like to see if maybe I can get 1 or 2 positions off the start, which I actually got a really good start. Unfortunately, Janet got big time wheel spin, and he like almost swiped across towards me, so I had to like back up like big time, and so I lost 2 positions there going into turn 1, unfortunately. But after that, it was just you know making sure that I didn't get involved in no incident, avoided any damage, anything like that. Once a couple, get into a nice little rhythm, and then just start making moves, and that's usually how I am. I like to keep it clean, let everyone kind of scrap for whatever at the start, and then once everyone kind of settles into a rhythm, then start picking everyone off. um,
Yeah, yeah.
and just putting pressure on people. That's the biggest thing. Is putting pressure. Um, Trying to force people into mistakes. Um, and things like that. On a street circuit, it's very difficult though, because someone ahead of you ends up hitting the wall or whatever, and their car comes back on the track, or even if someone messes up right in front of you around the castle section. I mean, it's pretty much game over for you as well too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty intense.
Yeah, so a little bit of luck kind of has to go into it as well, as what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Safety car definitely played a big part. I mean, before this, the very first safety car came out. Um, once I got up to, I think it was P3, and I was chasing down the two guys ahead of me. I was slowly bringing down the gap, and then I believe a VSC came out. So then um, Matt pitted, and then Theox stayed out, and so from there, just trying to hunt him down, and then we both ended up pitting under the safety. I'm pretty sure. I think it was a safety. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy battle with you and Tiash, and we'll be sure to hear his side of it when we get to him. But Cake was the one that said he was going for the washroom, right?
Back.
Okay, you're good. Okay, so Cake, you find yourself. Okay, sorry. Congratulations, Mystic. Best of luck in your F2 series as well as next week. And where are we? Oh, Australia. Australia. Best of luck there.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Actually, sorry, quickly, Cake. I'm just going to give shoutouts to the Division 2 podium, that being Uncle Ben's Rice, Will Ans, and Hay Tight, going 1, 2, 3. So congratulations to those guys. There we go. Cake Thomas. So you found yourself once again making up mass amounts of positions in the race. Um, what's your? Do you just find more? Do you just find a groove? Like, what makes it so that you can just kind of make up all these positions in race compared to having like subpar qualifying compared to where you're finishing in the race?
Really, I just try to put my head down and just try to bang out consistent laps. Try not to make too many mistakes, and yeah. Also, I try to save tires a lot, so then when we get near the end and everyone is most likely burned through all their rubber on their tires. Hopefully, I have a little bit left and could pull a little extra pace out. I always try to keep a little bit of pace in my pocket just in case I need to uh, go a little faster.
All right, Crash.exe is
I think so,
available.
yeah. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
hello. Yeah, I'm here.
My bad.
I'm no, I can hear you. I was muted because I was typing. I forgot to unmute myself. We're good though.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, Cake, what do you think could help you kind of get that improvement in qualifying?
Uh, I mean, the last two races were just special circumstances that kept me from not putting in a good lap. I mean, last week I invalidated my second lap, and then I waited too long to go out for my third, so I only had one clean lap in. And then today, I was trying to give Barry a tow, and I broke off my wing, and I stupidly decided to continue to try to give him the tow, and go into that wide open section in sector 3. I just went right into the wall and DNF'd and almost took him out too. So we had a little bit of a Baku 2018 debacle going on there. I felt like I could have qualified top 5 though easily. I feel like I'm pretty decent at this track, but never know now.
Yeah, it can definitely be one where it's just whoever's hot on that day and kind of gets that luck. But honestly, it seems like today you had a little bit of lady luck on your side and kind of led you up into P2. But going into Australia this next week, how do you feel? Is it one of your stronger or weaker tracks?
Um, it's pretty in the middle, honestly. I mean, it's a street circuit, and I love street circuits, so I mean that always brings a little bit of a uncertainty to the race. Anything could really happen. So I mean, I'm not expecting anything huge there, but I should hopefully be able to maintain my current pace and get a top 10, top 5. Hopefully, bring more into qualifying, so I don't have to start down as far this time.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, we'll be sure to make note of that. Congratulations again for another podium.
Thank
On
you.
to Tiash. Back-to-back podiums for you, I believe. Um,
That's right.
Yeah, so you've got some really solid pace in Division One. What do you think right now is the difference from you kind of stepping up on that top step of the podium and just getting podiums here or there?
Well, I believe consistency because in the last three races I minimize my mistakes. For example, today Matt Rossi, he was clearly faster than myself, but I don't know what happened to him. But I managed my pace, I managed my race. I did make a mistake when I was battling with Cake Thomas. Hopefully, I didn't touch him. I don't think so. Yeah, I believe in consistency. So I got the pace. I'm a little bit behind, of course, from Miss Joker, probably Matt Rossi, also Ginny, I believe it's his name in Mercedes. But the consistency pays off. Yeah.
Okay, good to hear. Now, did you just so I don't really exactly know you all too well. Do you think Baku is one of your stronger tracks, or was it?
No, not really. It's not particularly my favorite track, but it's fun. It's always fun. Lots of action, lots of safety cars, so it's really unpredictable.
I got you. So going into Australia, where do you rank that one for you?
That one, honestly, is not. I don't like it. It's very fast. It's very tricky. Lots of grass, lots of gravel. So you gotta really be focused any second. But you never know. Like I said, I showed good consistency so far. So that's the key probably.
Okay, good to hear. Well, best of luck trying to get on the top step, Tiash. Thanks for again for stopping in their interviews. I'll give a quick shout out to the Division 3 podium, that being Valentine, Houdini, and Dissection. So well done to those guys. We'll get on to our hardest charger. Or I guess Smith. I believe you kind of tied with hardest charger, or you're one back of Cake Thomas. But anywho, a still really well done race. What was your secret in comparison to your qualifying to your race?
Yeah, my qualifying was shit.
Okay.
Only got one run in, and then crashed in the second one. And first run ran into Seabury because he spun out anyway. Race just trying to stay clean. I don't know if I did a great job of it. Feel like I might have got into it a bit more than I wanted to, but I managed to stay whole. And my pace in the race is usually better than it is in quali. Plus, I set my car up a little softer at the rear, just trying to avoid too much tire deg. On Tuesday, my tire deg in the rears was horrible, so I had to soften it up, which would have hurt me in quali, but hopefully helped me in the race.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, can't complain making up all those positions, right? Everyone hopes for a better qualifying, but I mean, when you're gaining over 10 positions in a race, it's you got to chalk it up as a successful day. But anywho, heading into Australia, where does that one rank for you? It's kind of a tougher one, as the other guys said. Do you find it to be like that?
Yeah, I don't know, not my favorite track. I don't mind driving it. I'm just not sure how great of a race it has. It's kind of got I don't know, it's kind of got a Canada feel, but you don't have the long straight to try to overtake on. So I've had some success at it, but haven't had much running on it lately. So I guess we'll just see. The new version looks better than the one that we currently have.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna be our actual last time for MidWest at this old version. You know, because the new game's coming out soon. So it's gonna be a little bittersweet, as a lot of guys are gonna be happy that it's gone. But you know, it's obviously still a track that's been around for a long time. So yeah, it's gonna be different. So looking forward to that. Now, how long have you been in the league, Smith? You've been in for a while, have you not?
A decent amount of time. I think I came in last season, so just the one season. And it was part way through. I came in Div 3, and then just worked my way up into Div 2, and then I was in Div 2 for a decent enough time because I finished top 3. So Feels like it's been a while anyway. I enjoy it.
Good to hear. We're making some crazy strides. But once again, congratulations on your hardest charger, and best of luck from this point on. I'll
Thank you.
get quickly into the Division 4 podium. It's Tiger NASCAR, Toxic in the AlphaTauri, and the Garrisvac coming over third. So well done to those drivers. But does anyone have anything to say? Any shout-outs before I kind of bring it home? No.
I just want to say, good stuff from Matt Rosie and the rest of the podium. You know, very very fun race. Unfortunate that Matt Rosie had that. I don't know what happened to him. Especially after his pit stop. I don't know. He was really far back.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't
yeah,
catch the crash, so I don't know. I just saw that he was out.
but it's good to see him. Finally have that really really strong form and quality that everyone was anticipating and whatnot. So when he got called up, so yeah, I mean, and thanks again, Crash, for doing what you do, even when you don't have your commentary partner in the booth.
Yeah, I'm solo tonight. The lonely Canadian.
Thank. Yeah, for sure though. Thanks for doing this.
No problem, guys.
Uh,
I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. I know everyone appreciates it, so I have no problem doing it. So, hey, I'm glad to. I enjoy the interviews after as well, so it's kind of cool. It's always fun.
Poor guy, I just want to give one shout out.
Yeah, by all means.
If I can.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll give a shout out to Seaberry and the rest of the Red Bull Junior guys. Holding it
Oh,
down like always.
oh, there you go. Yeah, hold it down for the streets. Okay, sorry. I can't take anything seriously. All right, but that's it. If you like what you saw, be sure to shoot us a follow. Very much appreciated. We surpassed our goal, our 176 followers. Next goal is 200 before the end of season 3. So help us get there. We will very much appreciate it, and we are doing our best to try and get there. So if you like what you see, be sure to share it with your friends and let them know how good of a product that we put on here. Instagram, Twitter page also is run up. It's right in the chat description there, so be sure to go click on that link, and it'll bring you right to our Twitter and Instagram page for you to follow. We have a great social media team who does a great job, and I'm honestly blown away with how well they're doing. So go check out that as phenomenal stuff. YouTube channel as well. If you want to watch any past races as well as Division 2 or 3, those get posted right up live to that. Hotspot does a great job to Division 2 and does a brilliant editing scheme to make it it's a great experience to give it a watch, as well as Fallen Monkeys does a great job in the solo effort down in Division 3, so go shoot him a follow down on in Twitch, as well as go check out the video on YouTube. But if you're interested in donating to the Midwest fundraiser, we are selling tickets, and the first prize will be a Midwest merch pack of around 150-200 American, and as well as the second prize will be a copy of Formula One 2021. So go DM me or DM someone in the fundraiser chat there in the Discord if you're interested in donating. We very much appreciate it. We're over $500 right now, so we've done really well. We still got one more week to go. Let's try and get it to 1,000. That'd be absolutely huge and blow away my expectations. So let's do what we can to get there. But like I said, we are done for the Midwest F1 League for this week. We'll be back Wednesday night as we go live once again, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern from Australia with Formula 2, following by the Thursday once again in Australia, as we were just saying. Same times, everything, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, Wednesday, Thursday. Come check us out. Come hang out. We appreciate all the love, and we'll be seeing you hopefully next week.